Okay, so let's start with the temperature portion of the review for unit conversions for the exam. So we only need these two formulas right here to turn, if we know what the Celsius is and we're looking for the Fahrenheit. So to convert from Celsius to Fahrenheit, you're going to go 1.8 times the Celsius degree plus 32. And you can put it in the calculator exactly like this. 1.8 times Celsius plus 32. Straight in there and then equals. For the Celsius, you're going to have to do it a little bit differently. You're going to have to do the Fahrenheit minus 32 equals and then divided by 1.8. So let's do a few of these. I'm going to put this where I can see the formula initially. I'm just writing it at the top here. So Fahrenheit is 1.8 times C plus 32. Celsius is the Fahrenheit minus 32 over 1.8. Now there's another way I can show you how to put the bottom one, the Celsius one, in your calculator all at once. So I'll do both of those for this whenever we get to the Fahrenheit one. For the first one here, is convert 120 degrees Celsius to Fahrenheit. Well, they're giving us the Celsius and we're looking for the Fahrenheit. So we're going to use this one right here. Okay. So degrees Fahrenheit is 1.8 times the Celsius degrees, 120 plus 32. And I can put that all in my calculator exactly as it is right there. 1.8 times 120 plus 32. Your calculator knows order of operations, and so it will multiply before it adds. 248. So this is 120 degrees Celsius is 248 degrees Fahrenheit. Please don't forget, whenever you're writing this for units, you need the little degree sign and Fahrenheit. Okay. The next one is 82 degrees Fahrenheit to Celsius. So now we know Fahrenheit and we're looking for Celsius. So we're going to use this one right here. So Celsius is equal to Fahrenheit, which is 82, minus 32 over 1.8. Now, if you do this in two steps, that means you're going to go 82 minus 32 equals, and you get 50 for the top, for the numerator. Just bring over the 1.8. So just two different things. And now, because we've discussed this, anytime you see a line here, we have to divide. So 50 divided by 1.8 is, we're going to have to round, 27.7777, 27.77. I'm going to stop on the third one. We'll probably do no more than one or two of these. So I'm just going to go ahead and do it to the second one. There's my rounding digit. There's my test digit, and this is degrees Celsius. All right, my rounding digit, my test digit is 7, so I have to add 1 to my rounding digit. Remember, we don't use the words round up because that's not mathematical. Instead, we say add 1. So 7 plus 1 is 8. And so this is 27.78 degrees Celsius. Okay. The other way you could do this, instead of doing the top and then the bottom and then dividing, is to put the whole thing at once. But if that's the case, you must use the parentheses. Okay, so you would go parentheses, 82 minus 32, close parenthesis, and then where this division symbol is, you're going to put divided by 1.8 and then equals. 82 minus 32, close parenthesis, divided by 1.8 equals. Those are your two options on how to solve this, okay? If you forget or struggle to put in these parentheses, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. So if you just put in 82 minus 32 divided by 1.8 without the parentheses, as many of you will try, you're going to get the wrong answer. So you only have two options here. Do the top, then divide, or put your parentheses in. That's it. All right, moving to the next one. So my answer was 27.78 degrees Celsius. Convert 39 degrees Celsius to Fahrenheit. So we're looking to get this one right here. We know our Celsius, we're converting to Fahrenheit. So 1.8 times C plus 32. So Fahrenheit is 1.8 times 39 plus 32. And that can go directly in your calculator. 1.8 times 39 plus 32 is 102.2 degrees Fahrenheit. Do not forget your unit. Okay. Last one on this page is convert 180 degrees oven temperature to degrees Fahrenheit. So again, it's this one as well. So degrees Fahrenheit is 1.8 times 180 plus 32. And I got 356 degrees Fahrenheit. All right. Well, I have a couple more pages. I'm going to go ahead and stick these in here. Practice setting up conversion factors as fractions to cancel units. Work step by step. Don't skip unit labels. Oh my gosh, no. All right, final practice challenge. Try these mixed review questions, one from each topic. Convert 4.5 miles to feet. So we're going to go back to our units for American, and this is length, miles and feet. We have right here, miles and feet. Start with what you're given. Get rid of the miles because we don't want miles, we want feet. And I just showed you that we have one conversion that'll get us there. 1 mile, please use I with the miles, is equal to 5,280 feet. So we're going to feet. Miles will cancel off. We're left with feet. Fantastic. Now we just plug in our numbers. 1 mile is 5,280 feet. Multiplying straight across. Miles are gone. 4.5 times 5,280 is 23,760. Do not forget your unit. All right, next one. Convert 180 minutes to hours. So now I'm going to start with what I'm given, 180 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of my minutes. Do I have a way to get directly from minutes to hours? Well, that's my time. Minutes to hours. So 60 minutes is 1 hour. And minutes is M-I-N, or you can write out the words minutes. And I do have a direct way to get there with one step. So I'm going to put my hour up here. 60 minutes is 1 hour. Multiplying straight across. Minutes are gone. 180 times 1 is 180. Don't forget your unit. And then we have a 60 in the denominator, which means we're going to have to divide. 180 divided by 60 is 3. This is equal to 3 hours. All right, next one. A runner completes 10K. How many miles is that? Start with what you're given. And remember, that's 10 kilometers. So let's get rid of our kilometers. Do we have a way to get from kilometers to mile? Go to our US to metric, because we know meter is metric and miles is not, it's American. So we want meters, no, we want kilometers to miles. Do we have that? Yes, we do. 1 mile is 1.609 kilometers. Okay, so I have one step to get to miles. Kilometers are gone, left with miles. 1 mile is 1.609 kilometers. Multiplying straight across, kilometers are gone. I'm left with miles. 10 times 1 is 10. Don't forget your unit. Over, we've got 1.609 in the denominator. Because there's a number over number, you must divide. I do not want fractions. 10 divided by 1.609 is 6.215. It keeps going, but I'm going to stop there because we had talked about only using 2 digits after. So that's my rounding digit, the 1 is, and the 5 is my test digit. Remember, if the number for the test digit is 5 or greater, you add 1 to your rounding digit. So this is 6.22 miles. Do not forget your unit. 37. Convert 3 tons to ounces. So let's start with 3 tons. That's what we're given. I don't want tons. What units do we have? And this is tons to ounces. That's American, I think, both of those. Tons, yep, there's tons right there. I have tons to pounds, but I don't have tons to ounces. So I'm going to have to go tons to pounds and then pounds to ounces. All right, so I'm going to write both of those conversions. 1 ton is 2,000 pounds, and 1 pound is equal to 16 ounces. I'm going to go from ton to pound and then from pound to ounces. My tons are currently gone. I've gotten rid of those, and the only thing I can go to from ton is pound. Okay, I don't want pounds, so I've got to put it down here to get rid of it, and then from pound, I can get to the ounces. All right. Once I get it set up to where everything else crosses out except for what I want, now I plug in my numbers. 1 ton is 2,000 pounds, and 1 pound is 16 ounces. Multiplying straight across. My tons are gone. My pounds are gone. I'm left with ounces. Fantastic. Now I'm going to multiply. 3 times 2,000 times 16 is 96,000. Everything in the bottom is ones, so I don't need to worry about that. And I need to make sure I put my ounces in there for my unit. Next one is convert 2,500 meters to kilometers. Well, they both have meters in them, so this is both metrics. We're staying in the metric family, which is right here, and we're dealing with meters to kilometers or kilometers. Meters to kilometers. So 1,000 meters is 1 kilometer. Let's start with what we're given, the 2,500 meters. I don't want meters. And since it's a one step, go ahead and put my kilometers up there. All right. Meters are gone, left with kilometers. So I just need to plug in my numbers. 1 kilometer is 1,000 meters. Multiplying straight across on both. 2,500 times 1 is 2,500. My meters are gone. And then I just have 1,000 in the denominator. Do not forget your unit. And lastly, we need to divide because of that line right there. So 2,500 divided by 1,000 is 2.5 kilometers. Convert 5 gallons to liters. Ooh, that's American to metric. Okay, let me go ahead and start with what I'm given. 5 gallons. I don't want gallons. So where can I go? Gallons to liters. Ooh, it's a one-stepper right there. Gallons to liters. 1 gallon is 3.79 liters. All right, so gallons, I can go straight to liters. Now I just need to plug in my numbers. 1 gallon, 3.79 liters. Multiplying straight across, my gallons are gone. I'm left with liters. Fantastic. 5 times 3.79 is 18.95. Do not round that. I'm going to have a really hard trouble. 18.95 liters. Yeah, we're not going to round that. We're going to leave it as it is. And then the last one here is 25 degrees to Fahrenheit. So we could look back at our Fahrenheit, since they're giving us Celsius, is Fahrenheit is equal to 1.8 times Celsius plus 32. Okay, so that's my Fahrenheit is going to be 1.8 times 25 plus 32. And that's equal to 77 degrees Fahrenheit. Do not forget your degree symbol or your Fahrenheit. All right, that is the end of the review for unit conversion exam. Let me know what questions you have. Remember, you should be writing your questions over here on the side, as well as anything you can use for the one side of your 3x5 note card that you can use on the exam. I will talk to you soon. See you in the next video.